with the coaching course. Now, let's listen to the man himself who is in charge of technical department of Nigeria. That's the technical director, Augustine de Govoin. He speaks on the need for this course and what it means to coaches in Nigeria.
It's a CAFC license and what it's aimed at achieving.
Yes, football development starts and ends on the table with the director. Of course, the technical department, which I represent as a leader. And for anyone to make progress in what he or she is doing, he or she needs to be coached. So in that regard, it's football. Talking football here, and there are a whole lot of coaches who are coaching without licenses. Of course, you can't fault that because they have the knowledge. Beckenbauer won the World Cup with Germany without a license. A whole lot of coaches, but we're not dwelling on that. CAF has said, or the football world has said, for you to be able to be involved in becoming a coach, you need a license. And for you to get a license, you need to be tutored. You need to go through a process. And that's why it's categorized. You have the A, B, C, and D. Of course, the D falls within the NFF to organize, while the C, B, and A and Pro falls on the desk of the CAF, education officers. So we're here today. It's been a while. We've been looking for this opportunity. And now we're here to start the C course, which everybody's excited about. It's just to pass knowledge to coaches who will now take this knowledge to the players in question.
Well, to impart knowledge and in turn the coaches to take this knowledge to the players. I don't know your reaction, guys. Nigeria getting it right, or is it something we need to do better?
No, I think it's a good step in the right direction. Starting off with the fact that for people to identify as professionals, there has to just be certification. You cannot take it away. That's why we have different professional bodies. You must have to be certified. Some people say, some things come with maybe street credibility, street knowledge, just like players playing football in the street and all. They still go to get registered in academies or maybe different football clubs for them to turn pro. So yes, it's a good thing that it's happening, but I don't know why it took 2016 to now. Is how many years?
Well,
is there a reason why?
Yeah, of course. CAF changed their model and every contract to comply with this. So it took Nigeria that long to be able to meet up with what CAF has stipulated.
Demanded.
Yes. And basically that's just a summary.
That's just okay. Good. Now that it has happened, how often will it be happening?
Okay. I'm not the TD, but again, I was there. It's going to happen as many times as possible. Now, after this, there's going to be, this is strictly for women. That will be the one for men. And then there will be mixed. Then for the CAF B and A, then there will be CAF B and A. But for the CAF B and A, it will be the renewal of licenses for those who had it before. That's, like they do in Europe and all the likes of it. You come renew.
When would that be?
Well, next year, I heard, according to him, next year for the B. Okay. Well, you never can say anything can still happen before the end of the year. At least one more course before the end of the year. It could be the B, it could be the C, or the mixed. You know, you never can say. So gradually they are picking it up.
Anything that is professional, I love for things to be done orderly, accordingly. If once you have people doing things as a professional body, it helps for the curbing of maybe quacks or mediocres. Yes, that is very. Yeah, I know that people can out of the streets do things, so get things done, but let's learn how to do things the proper way and the right way.
And it's a good one because if you really look at our age grade female teams and the Super Falcons itself, how many times have we had women in charge? It's usually men. And if you look at the biggest of the female clubs in Nigeria, the Rivers Angels, Edo Queens, Bayelsa Queens.
The guys are in charge. Guys are coaches.
So, I want to say women in charge of all these age grade teams, the national teams, the big clubs, talking about women league and all that. So it's a big good. When you change these ladies now, it means we'll be seeing more women as coaches of our female teams.
Just like we're seeing in some other countries like
Exactly.
South Africa and England.
Well, that was my question to the General Secretary of the Nigeria Football Federation, Alhaji Sanusi Mohammed, and let's listen to his answers. Spain and England, yes, handled by their national teams. Is there a time frame that the Nigeria Football Federation is looking at to see these coaches, graduate to take over our national teams? Because presently, you look at it, we have foreign coach handling the senior women national team and probably the senior male national team.
Well, I wouldn't want to talk on the issue of technical, because I would rather leave it to the technical department. But I can tell you that, which you have also seen, we are trying as much as possible to ensure that any national team we have, once we appoint coaches, we also bring Nigerian coaches from Super Eagles to even the under 17. We always make sure that where we have costs to bring a foreign coach, there must be Nigerian coaches. You also saw what happened to Super Falcons when we had that gap. When the Oyibo was not around, when Wardrobe was not around, who took them? It was Coach Justin, and he did very well. So.
All right, I don't know if you guys were satisfied with that. When Oyibo is not around, then it's Nigeria's turn. But Nigerians cannot lead.
Nigerians can lead. We had a decent time with which of our ex players and the Falcons. There was the coach was
Florence Omelbemi. There was Eukaria, and then there was Edwin Okon at some point.
Yes, Edwin Okon is our home coach, but a male. The ladies were Eukaria and Florence.
And Florence did well. Won the AFCON.
Well. Yes, Florence did well.
But unfortunately, her girls protested, and that took her out.
That protest was a very marring incident. But yeah, I don't know. Over time, we're beginning to tilt towards foreign coaches for our national teams, which having our own people inside, just like we had with Finidi and Jose Pesero, even with the women's setup, we have our home people. It's fine if we're going to have foreign coaches. The one I would frown at completely is when maybe we don't have our indigenous coaches in the team at all. That is where I will have a problem.
Prince Will, I don't know because I don't know what you think.
We want our own coaches to be in charge, not
it will be good
as assistants.
No, it will be good, but we've had it before.
So as soon
we've
as
had
possible,
it separately.
That's the scenario we want. Nigerian female coaches in charge of
Super Falcons,
the age grade teams, clubs.
Super Eagles. For how long would we need to be bargaining 250 million per month?
That is not even realistic at all.
Who told it's not realistic?
For us,
we can pay.
Okay.
We got the money.
Jose Pesero's $60,000.
We can pay. Don't doubt Nigeria.
They cut it down to $50,000, and he was still owed.
We can pay.
Wasn't he owed?
All right. Well, ahead of Colombia 2024. Well, the Super Falconets are preparing. I told you last week we brought you the interview with the head coach of the team,
yes.
Coach Christopher Danjuma. And earlier today, the NFF president, just immediately after the opening ceremony of the coaching course, walked up to the under-20 team and had a chat with them, also revealing to them that the Nigeria Football Federation has secured friendly games for them ahead of the tournament in Colombia. They will be playing Mexico. I think he will say
in their group.
Mexico in the friendly, and I think Canada also in a friendly before they go into the tournament proper. They will also go to a international camp in Colombia 2 weeks before the tournament proper. Let's listen to Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusso as he speaks concerning this.
Try as much as possible to be disciplined. And then if you are disciplined, you can go to anywhere. The rest is for you to put hard work. To put in hard work. And the rest will be history. So I just want to wish you all the best. And as far as you are concerned, whatever we need to do for you, we try and do it for you to succeed. To go to the World Cup is not an easy thing. So it's a great opportunity for you. Immediately after this last of captain, you come back, you are going to Colombia to stay there for 2 weeks before you go into the main tournament. That's what we are planning. We want you to get there, stay there for 2 weeks, and make sure that you are acclimatized to the weather and the environment, because it's not easy. Going to Colombia is not easy. Even if you are going to fly from Nigeria straight to Colombia, it will take you almost 20 hours to get there. So we want you to go there, acclimatize with the weather before the tournament starts. And you have some friendly matches to play for you to be sure of that you are now going to face the real tournament. I think we told you just about Mexico and Australia. So they are also big footballing nations. So we will try to make sure that we will make you prepared for the task ahead.
So this is where the support for women came from.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's supporting women. Yeah. Ensure that they have the friendly games, Mexico and Canada and, all the likes of it. What do you think about it, Prince Will? Would this be enough for the girls to do better than what they did the last time, a quarterfinal finish?
Well, I think Coach Christopher Danjuma has come a long way with this Falconets team. He's been long on the saddle, so I expect more from him this time. Not that quarterfinal he got to the last time. Okay. I like the fact that he produced some ladies that quickly graduated to the Super Falcons from that last set. Yeah. Demain, Imoran, Esther Yenezide, Deborah Abiodun. So let's hope also from this set that we hope can get to the final. But no, we've got to the final twice, so I don't think Nigerians will be okay with just getting to the final. We need to clinch it this time, yes. Yeah.
Well, I think it's going to be more difficult to win, to be realistic.
More difficult?
Yes, because when we got to the finals those years, I think 2012 and
2010 and 2014.
It was, and there was a time we also got a bronze, was it a bronze or a fourth place? Because some of those players that played in that tournament are currently some of those ones in the coaching course. Currently. So the thing is, it's easier then because countries have not, or FIFA have not deliberately decided it wanted to, expand or support women football like it's doing now. Now every team or every country in the world is trying to have a women's team, and they have enough financial support, from top to bottom. So, are we doing enough? Is it not still the same way we used to prepare? We are preparing. Is it not still the same way we used to scout and do? Our league, has it improved? So, don't look at what we did in 20 whatever and think, because we got to the final. Yes, we got. Since 1994, when we got to the second round of the World Cup, we've not been able to get past that stage again.
No, it's not
difficult.
Honestly,
very difficult.
It's become more difficult because more countries, like you said, are beginning to key into women's sports and developing and expanding and doing. What I like about the minister's submission is the fact that the girls are going to get test games and they will be traveling to acclimatize way before the competition is starting.
But it's 2 weeks enough.
It is not enough. It is not enough, but they can start from home to prep. But to acclimatize there, 2 weeks is enough. But the 2 weeks shouldn't be that 2 weeks that they will that they will play all the friendlies. If the friendlies that they're going to play are just for those 2 weeks, it is not enough. But they can play friendlies from Africa.
Yeah, but the thing is, preparations has started before now with the, what was it called? They were at the All African Games. I can't remember. I think they lost in the final. Was it the final or something? You remember? Was it the WAFU game or the All African Games? I think they were in both. They were in WAFU. They were in All African Games. These are preparatory tournaments for the World Cup. They also played qualifiers. Now is the time for them to go abroad. To go test their minds against other countries. Then you can now ask the question: can they win or can't they win?
Whew, tough one. Honestly, winning will be difficult. Hey, more teams are springing up in women's football. It's really tough. But the good thing is, over the years, with the age grade teams, both for the gentlemen and the ladies, we've done better in the world stage than the senior teams. Prince Will. Yes, now we've done better. When it comes to the age grade team. So once it's the age grade team, you can at least be hopeful more than when it is the senior teams on the international stage, not continental. Yes.
Well, very interesting, guys. We will be switching gear to jump into Euro when we come back from a break. But it's just interesting. How do we go to Euro and some people will not cry? I know we have a lot of English fans, in Nigeria. And last night, their hearts were broken.
Shattered.
No, but the thing is,
are you one of them?
No. If you look at it,
okay.
For a Chelsea fan, for a Chelsea fan, they have a player that won. That's Cucurella.
Okay.
For an Arsenal fan, they have a player that won, David Raya. For a Manchester City fan, they have a player that won, Rodri. Is Manchester United fans and Liverpool fans who do not have players in the Spanish team.
I understand where you're coming from, but away from these individual players, there are people who they would say Nigeria is my first team when it comes to international football. Then I support Spain. Then for some people, they say Nigeria and then Argentina. There are a lot of people who. It's Nigeria and England by extension because of the large followership that the EPL enjoys in this country. So it's not even about the individual players, it's about their second country. Yes, that's how they see it.
Very interesting. Well, I see your message on the WhatsApp portal. Daniel from AYA, he says, good evening, house. That man that loves supporting women and your colleague is attacking you. Please tell her that I also love supporting women a lot. I can support more than Alhaji Guso, please. Daniel from AYA.
There was no attack now. I was just trying to be particular about what Oga said before we was being mischievous.
Thank you very much. By the way, let's go back to Euros.
Okay.
Fantastic final. Did it live up to expectations?
Well, the first half didn't. To some extent. Okay, I wouldn't say it didn't live up to expectations, but it didn't live up to the hype that always comes to it. In fact, it's very difficult for countryside finals to live up to hypes, especially in the first half. But I would say yes, in the second half, the game opened up. Goals have a way of opening up games. Once that first goal came, it became more intense. The English were now looking for the equalizer. Whoever is losing plays more of the football. That is what we've learned over the years. But sometimes the winning team also goes on to dominate. But the first half, the second half, yes.
Prince, were you pleased with what you saw?
I will score the game 60%.
60%. So what else were you looking for? Red cards?
No, not red cards. But
so what were you looking for?
Since it's the English team the Spaniards played, I wasn't surprised with how the whole game panned out. We know Southgate and his conservative approach somewhat. So if it was maybe a Spain-Netherlands final, perhaps.
Would have been more expressive.
So blame Southgate for the loss.
Yes, I mean, losing 2 finals, who else should we drop the blame at his doorstep?
At the end of the day, it's the coach. It's the coach that has to take the fall. But for the people that are looking for how he will be sacked, I do not agree at all. He has to continue staying there.
Well, very big question. Who do you think should replace Gareth Southgate if England decides to sack him? That's one headline I saw recently, and I'm wondering, who does that? A coach gets to 2 consecutive finals and the reward is to sack him.
I mean, you remember Manchester United and Sir Alex Ferguson took 4 to 5 years before he won his first trophy in the club. Yeah. You remember how many finals that Jurgen Klopp of Liverpool had to lose before he got it right, and then the number of times they finished second in the league. See, the best way to reward consistency in trying is to allow the person to continue trying.
Southgate is a nearly man.
Hold on.
That if we keep on sticking with him, that's still the best he'll be giving us.
If it were club football, I can agree, because we now begin to look at the financial input, how they want to recoup. If it is club side football, you have to let things be. If the sack Southgate, do you know what it takes to be able to get a blend for a national team?
Look, this English team is
Nigeria
talented.
Is suffering,
This English team is talented. So if they can get a good coach, they can win. Southgate may be just that guy that will be getting close to the ceiling. They can't break.
Before Southgate, before hold on. So another coach that they want to bring, haven't they had the English football starts with Southgate? Didn't they have coaches that they've been bringing and kept taking them to the round of 16 and quarterfinals?
One reality now is that England is blessed with a good crop of players.
Are they more blessed now than they have ever been?
Well,
no.
Guys, we need to take a short break. When we come back, we open the phone lines. Is this the time to change Southgate? Don't forget, there is a World Cup in 2026, just 2 years, down the line. But if Nigeria had a chance of 2 years luxury, and I'm sure they will sack the whole world.
Do you understand?
And start it all over again. Do you think it will be right?
2 years is not really too short. I'll give a scenario.
Okay. We'll be back to talk about that, Princeville. He wants to give us a scenario why we should sack Gareth Southgate. Don't go anywhere.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
All right, Abuja is still football frenzy on 95.1 Nigeria Info FM right here in the nation's capital. Just back from that, just some few commercials, to get into the action and get talking about the Euro. Don't forget, you can join in on the Facebook, okay? You can also join us on YouTube. Our YouTube portal is at Nigeria Info Abuja. We are live currently. You see the handsome Bumi Blair. You see the beautiful chick. Don't forgetting Pastor Dogologo is also in the studio. Let's talk to Euros. There's been talk about maybe England wants to sack Southgate. Do you think it's something they should attempt, or it will be detrimental? And by the way, Southgate, stylishly reserved, some blame for his players after that, particular stylishly. He could not come out all hog to say it was the players, but he spoke. Let's listen to what he had to say after that heart-wrenching loss.
There was one moment where we actually had a throw-in in their third of the pitch, and we definitely had an opportunity to keep the ball in that area of the pitch, and we played backwards and out of the pressure, and then there was a long period after that where we didn't get the ball again. So there was a turning point, if you like, within that. But I think in the main, at the end of the game, the physical issues that we had probably took their toll. There were 4 or 5 players that we probably would ideally have refreshed at that point. We were very close just before the goal went in. We were trying to get Gallagher on for Bellingham because he was suffering with cramp. So, as I said, in the end, I don't think we had the energy, and that was because of all the factors I've already mentioned.
All right, you heard the excuse from the manager, Gareth Southgate, Ade Tenable. Well, some players cramped. He didn't realize that on time. Before he made those changes, things had gone south. And, some people also question the fact that he kept Harry Kane on the pitch for that long. And Jude Bellingham, the role he gave Jude Bellingham, was it the best? Rodri was man-marked by Phil Foden, Could someone else have done the job to allow, Rodri to, the freedom to go all out, to cause damage? What could have been done? And also, do you think it's time? Because, just like Prince Will said, 2 finals, no trophy, semi-final. It's enough. Sack him. Let's start afresh. But don't forget, there is a World Cup in 2 years. Why not let that be the last? If he now loses at the World Cup, you can as well say, okay, let's start a new era.
Now, the scenario I wanted to paint was still a scenario of 2 years to the World Cup. Let's go back to Euro 2004. Italy. They were in the same group with Denmark and Sweden. Italy did not come out from the group stage.
Yes.
What happened? They let Trapattoni go. They brought in Marcello Lippi. Just that 2 years.
You said they didn't come out of the group stage. No.
That was how poor they performed. And in 2 years' time, they wanted to win the World Cup.
These guys who had lost in the final.
Now, this is not the first time this same man is losing the final. It means if you bring someone in to come and work with players in the caliber of Kyle Walker, John Stones, Declan Rice, Harry Kane, Bellingham, and you tell me somebody cannot come and win the World Cup with these guys in 2 years' time.
I asked you if this English side is the best English side. It's a huge.
Now let me tell you the difference. Let me tell you the difference between then and now. Yes, then they had the David Beckhams, Paul Scholes, Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard. But then in the English team, they used to do club association. When they're in the English camp, the Manchester United players will be together, Liverpool players will be together, Chelsea players will be together. That's the difference Southgate has brought. He has integrated the whole players. There's no club
and you
division.
Want to take out a coach that achieved integration. And I am not saying, but what I want you to understand is that it is a gamble. And if the English FA, even the fans that are calling for the head of Southgate, before they get into it, they should understand that it is a gamble. And the way you're saying a coach can come and change, I'm not saying a coach cannot come and change, but they should also understand that there's a possibility that a coach can come and scatter. Like, if a coach is coming to start afresh, the coach will come and scatter everything and start afresh. So there's a chance that the coach might not succeed.
Is very talented. I'll keep hammering on that.
So once the team is talented, every coach that comes and handles the talented team must succeed.
Squad, Southgate cannot win in top finals. Get somebody else.
All right. Well, who do you support, Kachi or Prince Will? Get Southgate to continue or get a new man. 070-09-510-000. You can also call 080-9597-4869. If you can get through, try the WhatsApp portal 080-999-30137. I see a whole lot of messages.
We're also live on Facebook.
Yeah, we're live on Facebook.
Yes.
That's at Nigeria Info Abuja.
Yes,
we're also live on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja.
Exactly.
You can drop your messages on the YouTube as well as on the Facebook.
We'll read them.
We will give voices to them. You can also call us in the studio. Let's hear from you. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Bumi.
Good evening. Move away from your radio, please.
I want to still regard to the issue of Sage. Sage is not the one that caused Igra over 50 years softly. For somebody to accuse that man, I think that man has done enough. So if you leave the man, let it continue.
Okay. Well, leave Southgate, let him continue.
I never knew finishing second is not a trophy. And everybody knows there's no trophy given to the team that finishes second. They only get a silver medal.
Nobody has said it's a trophy. We're looking at our Nigerian situation and some other teams. Yes, and Ferguson that spent 5 years before winning. And Jurgen Klopp, there are instances of managers who have come close severally before now they started achieving.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome to the Frenzy. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, good evening. And I'm some presenter.
What's your name?
This is Malam Edame Cameroon.
All right, Malam, let's talk.
Honestly speaking, I'm not a fan of the English, I'm a fan of La Liga. And I want you to understand, I'm not about to either. Any manager you bring, you don't have very national team. I don't think they can conquer any Mondial.
Well, the quality not the best. Well, sorry about that. You need to call us back.
Let's even look at this painting that you also won this Euro.
Before we look at it, let's hear from this caller. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Bumi Blair.
Yes, good evening and welcome.
Good evening to Prince Will.
Good evening.
Yeah, and good evening to the lady. I can't know her name.
Her name is Kachi.
Okay,
You need to know her name.
Yes, Kachi Okafor, right?
Yes.
I'm call you that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm right. Okay, all right. My name is Dozie. Coach, I want to say this.
Okay.
I think I might have to agree with Prince Will on this one.
Oh.
I feel that, yes, I think that I don't agree with you and Kachi because I think that Coach, what's his name? Coach
Southgate,
the coach of England, Southgate has reached his elastic limit.
Okay.
There's absolutely no way he can go beyond this. Competence has reached its limit, Bumi. You're a coach. There's nothing this man will do to better these boys. I mean, you have some of the finest legs in Europe and around the world playing for England, and he cannot push them to achieve more than this. Like Prince Will said, 2 finals back to back. He lost them both. Semi-final World Cup in between. He lost that too. So what else are we talking about?
All right. What else exactly are we talking about?
How
2
many
finals.
times did Klopp lose with Liverpool before he won the Champions League?
England might not have that patience.
How many?
We have another caller. Sorry. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
Yes. Your name and where you calling from? Very fine. Thank you. Let's talk.
My name is DJ, and I'm calling you from Kagini.
Oh, DJ. Let's talk.
Bumi, let me understand the rationale behind you guys wanting Sage to be sacked. To me, the guy has done marvelously well. It does not mean you must become the first before everybody will now give you the applaud. He did everything he has to do. Last time in the Euros, he got to the final. He was not lucky enough to win the trophy. But however, the second tournament, which was the the World Cup, he got to the other level, which is commendable. Now, he equally got to the final. The only area I believe he got it wrong was the sentiment he had for Harry Kane. If I were to be in his position, Harry Kane has no business starting that match. I must tell you the truth. He got it wrong from there. And at the same time, he was not communicating with his midfielders. The way Jude Bellingham was running with the ball, he's supposed to be a proper team player. When it comes to final, it's not about you. Oh, no.
All right. Thank you very much. The coach not competent enough. He should be sacked. I'm surprised with all this. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Your name and where you calling from?
Malam Eben calling back.
All right. Let's talk, Malam.
Mrs. Kachi and I want you to understand, wherever you play, until the English players put themselves in order in unity to achieve success for the nation before they can win it. If you like bring money, they cannot win it. The players will play up to 60 minutes and before you know they feel like someone that is sleeping does win on the field. You don't win a tournament like that. If they blaming managers, how many managers have coached this national team? Over that something is top managers have coached even Capello.
I mean,
everybody have coached these people. They could not win it. My brother, these boys are just people that play. They thought winning a competition or a tournament is just within 40 minutes. So have to play up to extra time. This is how it is. Something how it is.
Okay.
These boys are not ready. They're only making noise.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, England won just 2 games in normal time throughout the years.
Yes.
And they got to the finals.
Yes, please. The AFCON that I covered, Ivory Coast won, right?
Yeah.
How did they even get to the knockout stages in the first place? But when it comes
through the back door.
Yes, please. When it comes to competitions, okay, it was me and Prince that was having that talk. Prince, they were talking about how competitions, because it's 6 or 7 games, some teams are wired in their head like, let them just get to win, right? They don't try to play sometimes beautiful football. Sometimes for teams that beautiful football is their style, they use that beautiful football to win. But the main thing that is behind their mind is, let us get the win. Sometimes clean, sometimes dirty, just get the victory. Yes, indeed.
All right. Now, Coach, I was trying to talk about Spain.
Okay.
Now, let me link Southgate to Enrique. The way Southgate is coming close and not win. That's how Enrique was coming close with this same Spain team. Semi-final of the last Euro.
Yes, it is.
Final of the Nations League, lost to France.
Yes.
In comes De La Fuente. Those 2 competitions, Enrique could not win. De La Fuente has won them.
Yes.
Bring another man and he will win something for England.
It is a chance. It is a chance. It is.
Why not take the last chance with him and then see if he doesn't? Then you can, because you are not assured of success.
It's something that we cannot dispute. It is a chance, but my argument is that it is. We cannot say it like we are sure that once we take that step, a coach will get results.
Another thing is, if you don't take the risk,
you will not know. Are you willing to take it and find out if it's wrong?
They should ask Nigeria. They should come and learn from Pizarro.
The problem with taking this kind of risk with a Southgate is the one that is getting to the finals. If you're talking about a coach that maybe gets to the round of 16, hardly comes out of the group stage, I would have agreed that you can make that change. But with how close he's getting, that change is too risky.
All right. Well, quickly, some messages on the social media portal. Peter says, good evening. I'm watching live from Uke, Nasarawa State. And Bernard says, you guys are too good. Keep it up. Malinga Audu says, good to see you. King Ify says, good evening. A-team is A-team, not 8-team.
Yes,
A-team. A for Apple.
Alphabet A. Yes.
He says, King Ify watching from Lekki, Lagos State. And he says he misses the show so much, but it's nice to see the faces again. This one, Iwoto says, good evening, Frenzy. This is Chijoke from Day Day watching you guys live. Says Kachi Wanyoma. I don't know this one. Kedu Kame.
Kedu Kime. That's Kachi. How are you?
Okay.
Kachi fine woman.
I thought
how
it
are
was
you?
Another thing.
Okay.
I think England should retain him. Okay. Those are the messages. Some of the messages we have right there.
Bumi, can I say something in 1 minute?
Please go ahead.
I'll try and make it in 1 minute. Okay. So the way football is wired, or let's just say sports generally, the coaches always take the fall. I'm not saying if they put you in charge, if you're the lead of something, yes, you should be the one to take the fall for whatever goes wrong. If we can hold players accountable sometimes, because I've seen sometimes when players out of individual brilliance or sheer determination of, you say this thing, Bumi, whether you like it or want to get it done. And they get it done. The English team have come so close. When Harry Kane was talking about how he was ready to do everything and anything to win this trophy, I was expecting more from him. And that more, I didn't see it. The midfield and the attack, there was no link yesterday. Even after
what is that? Is not the coach?
The midfield players and the attack, there was no connection.
What is that?
No. The fault can be the coach. But then when those things don't happen, as a forward, sometimes you fall back and help your team.
Oh, the same like people said should be stay in the box. It's not the box.
No, you cannot. You cannot stay in the box all the time. If it's not working, if it's not working, you cannot stay in the box.
Well,
no way.
And another unfortunate record for England. They are the first nation in Euro history to lose consecutive finals.
Yes, and Spain are the first to have 4.
Yes,
indeed.
No, they have gone over Germany. They were tied with Germany before in 3.
Oh, 3.
Yes. Now
record 4 title. Very interesting. Hello, good evening. Hello,
good evening, guys.
Yes, good evening and welcome to the Frenzy.
Thank you, Sami Isa from Sledger.
Oh, nice to have you, Isa. Let's talk.
Thank you, Prince Will. I disagree with you completely. Okay. You should be careful what you wish for.
England.
The likes of Steven Gerrard, Capello, and the rest. They had all the pedigrees. They had the best players, the Beckhams, the Lampards of this world. They were so fantastic in their clubs. But come to England, they were always, behind. Their tactics and everything was letting them down. Even the team harmony was not even there. When this guy became coach, he was even there by providence. He was not even supposed to be coach. It's not because
Allardyce
messed up.
How many days did Allardyce spend?
A man that nobody gave opportunity, they didn't even give him chance. But here he is today doing what the men of pedigree could not achieve. And you want them to sack him? Only somebody who is not thinking would do. Because the reality is that you don't know what you are going to get after you let him go. Look at Nigeria. We say our coach was not playing good football. Look at where we are to the name of good football. You say he's taking time and he's not getting there.
Where we are now.
The reality is that you can only get better for this man.
All right. Thank you very much. He says you can only get better.
Look at where we are now.
I just don't understand that comment. Banky is on the YouTube portal. He says great crew. Always remember the sky was Chelsea blue in Euro final. A goal and an assist. Surely expect blue Premier League next season.
Oh wow.
A goal and an assist. Who scored the goal?
Palmer scored the goal. Cucurella provided the assist.
Cucurella provided
So how come? Yes, I was thinking, how come Cucurella became a king at the Euro and at Chelsea he was like a schoolboy?
No. If you look at towards the end of the season when he started playing, we saw the Cucurella of Brighton.
Yes, we did.
So he brought that form into the Euro.
And then again, sometimes, right, there are players who break out in competitions.
Okay.
It's not the first.
So he goes back to Chelsea and breaking.
The breakout. Once he goes to Chelsea and he's able to translate this form, he impacts the team. Like Frank Onyeka was, for me, the most improved Super Eagles player at the AFCON. Yes.
Great. Hello, good evening to you.
It was Thanksgiving, yeah?
My brother, I can see everything turning around.
What?
Everything turning around. Everything turning around.
Bonanza, let's go straight to the point. We don't have time.
In God. Calling from Nanya, Abuja.
Okay.
Nice to have you.
No chase, no discussion. So many things have happened and so many things is about to happen. If men were God. Hey, Southgate no go reach final. All this, even from this our Nigeria Info Studio. Some people know that to reach the second round. But you can see man proposed. But in fact, I am happy that Nigeria is colonized by England. And Nigeria and England is just Ojoloja.
Okay.
So I don't think anybody that with a normal thinking cap will be thinking of to sack that man.
Okay.
Just give that man chance to breathe. Let the ball breathe. Let the man breathe. I think I like to concentrate and go and watch the 2 videos of the 2 finals and know where he got it wrong. And the amen is that World Cup is coming. They can win the World Cup.
All right, thank you very much. They can win the World Cup. Don't forget, I feel the World Cup is more difficult to win.
No, it is.
Than the Euro.
It's not a feeling, Bumi.
Yeah, it's more difficult to win.
It is.
And again,
the continents will now blend.
One thing I discovered from all the talks from ex-internationals, especially those based in England, probably Southgate was not the best, in terms of the kind of football he played, in terms of selections that were available before then.
Of course.
And they think maybe there are better coaches, English coaches, that can now do a better job. Maybe they can take a risk. And also the fans are demanding, but we all know the fans will always demand. Whether, as long as they don't win.
They are demanding.
Demand.
They already started demanding. In fact, from when the football was not as fluid as they would have wanted in the group stage. The demand,
it's not the kind of football they want.
Yes,
it's not the result they want.
The demand started coming. And then the moment Southgate got to the semi-finals, the
changed.
FA made up their mind on what they wanted to do with the guy, which is keep him. And then before the final, they said, well, you know what? Let us make this our decision vocal. Let us make it public. And they made it public that no matter the outcome of the... was it Italy? The former Napoli man who is now with Italy, what's his name?
Spalletti.
Spalletti, the former Osimhen's coach. 9 months on the job. Look at the way Italy crashed out. They ran out to say, you see this man, he cannot be going. He has to stay here. After 9 months, he wants to come and...
So England have already said the same, supporting...
So that's why they will not think
but the coach says it's not the right time to talk about whether he will continue.
So he can resign by himself.
If he resigns, there are a lot of jobs waiting for him.
And myself, I don't have a problem with Southgate deciding to go. In fact, the truth is that his decision, if he decides to go, will not come as a surprise to me, because when you were asking me yesterday, what is the motivation for the guy? You said you felt so bad for the coach, not even for the players or for England as a team, but the coach. Because where is the motivation? If he decides to go, it's fine by me.
Okay. Well, quickly, some messages. James from Wuse 2 says, good evening, Football Frenzy. I'm enjoying your program. I believe Southgate deserves another shot, as already decided by the English FA. Thank you very much. And this one says, Bonanza is back. England should not sack Southgate. Take a lesson from Nigeria. Stanley from Warimpa. And this one says, good evening, A-Team. Until the English media stop overrating and overhyping English players, they won't win anything. Onyebuchi from Airport Road. This one says, I completely agree with Prince Will. The earlier Southgate is sacked, the better for England. Anthony from Guarimpa. And this one says, good day, crew. Southgate should be retained and Harry Kane retired from the national team if they want to succeed. Femi from Maraba. And another one says, England failed to win another Euro final yesterday. Harry Kane keep going trophyless. I really felt the pain in England squad and the team after Oyarzabal stunner. Sam from Kwale. Oyarzabal. I mean, what exactly? People have talked about the Spanish team, so fluid, good football. But you can't compare them to the 2000 set.
2008, 2010.
Exactly, just the year 2000 set. Yeah. But yet they were able to produce the good, If you look at the team 1v1, the England side were supposed to be better. They were supposed to be better.
Coach Fuente is a youth team coach.
Like Southgate.
Yeah, like Southgate, but he's stuck with what works for him.
He knows some of these players.
These guys are.
Southgate also knows some of them. I can never agree with you on that principle. Just forget it. Stay with your argument. Let me stay with mine. It is not possible. So you say this youth team guy. Now Southgate, when was the last time? When was it that he stopped being a youth team coach? Well,
that was about how many years ago
now? When
this guy 20? Is just joining from youth team and then straight to the national team.
Well, we'll be back to talk more about this and also bring you some transfer news in the process. Southgate to be or not to be. And also, some are saying, well, he's rigid and then maybe Harry Kane should start sitting on the bench and other likes of it. The players are downcast as far as the Euro is concerned now. It's all about the World Cup, very soon. Should the coach go or should England give him a new contract? We talk about this and also take your reactions after these messages.